All right, so I'm pretty sure I recorded a clip earlier today, but in the process of going through all my other videos and trying to figure out which videos are which days and trying to export them off of CapCut into one single video so I can post them onto YouTube like I'm doing right now, I accidentally deleted the last clip. So I can recover it, but I don't know exactly which clip went with what, and I thought it would just be easier to just give a single video summary so I don't have to go through CapCut again. But I learned my lesson. I should probably just upload the video at a maximum of like 2 days late. So like if I recorded this video today, if I don't post it tonight, I should post it tomorrow. But I literally went like 5 or 6 days without posting, and I just stacked up videos. And yeah, also hopefully my storage doesn't kick me off of this video. Otherwise I'll have to delete storage and make this video again. But it is day 138. I figured it out. I'm pretty sure it's day 138. And today was a Monday. I did not have work. My brother had work. To give a little bit of context on the history of my job. So, my job, I worked for my dad. My dad's a dentist. He makes good money, and I'm a 17-year-old that doesn't go to public high school because I do online at a school across the country because we've been planning to move for like 4 years and I just haven't done it. And I went freshman year to go move over there because I was like, okay, let's do it. And then my family's like, actually, it's going to be delayed again. So it's a whole thing. But I worked at this job with my dad for 2 days a week. They only work 4 days a week. So I worked there 2 days a week, kind of switched out with my brother, and I made like $100 a day. So that's like not even $800 a week, I don't think. 100, 200, 2, 4. Yeah, I guess it is $800 $800 a week, or I mean a month. And then my dad just recently upped it to 125. It's probably like a month ago, but so like technically that's 1,000 a month, I think. But regardless, I at one point I wanted to work so bad, like I wanted to make a lot of money, or I just didn't have anything to do, and I just felt like money was something I just was after, and I needed it. The reason why was because I needed to fund my creators. So I had a creator program where I paid people that already made TikToks, that had a TikTok following, to make videos for my app, and I was paying people like $600 to $700 a month, and so I kind of needed income. I needed money to fund that. You know what I'm saying? So I was working quite heavily, like all 4 days a week, and I was making $125 a day. So that came out to be about $2,000 a month if I worked every single day I could during the month and made $125 every day. But then I feel like that just was just tearing me down mentally, like being in the same like vicinity, and I don't want to say this in a negative or bad way, but being in the same vicinity as like this low energy people, like these patients, that are all Medicaid, like nothing wrong with these people, but just like the energy was just not there, and it was just depressing for me. And I was, only making so much money, and I wasn't like necessarily building anything. Like I wasn't investing in anything. I was just like in there, and then I was making money and I was out of there. Like I could go, there's no difference from me staying there one day and like doing work and then staying there 5 years later and doing the same work. Like maybe other than a few dollars more, but like what's that matter if you just get fired the next day? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like that feeling, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go all in on my business. And I just decided, hey, I pretty much want to quit work. And my dad had basically based like a certain job in his business off of me and my brother. So like if me and my brother just left, like they'd need to hire a new person to do that, and it'd kind of be a waste of money because he'd probably have to pay him like 50K a year to actually have somebody come in and do it. When we would do it for technically like probably not even like, was it 20K a year maybe? Yeah, like 24K a year. So, and we're not even working all year either, but regardless, my dad wanted us there, we're his sons, right? And my brother's fine. He doesn't have a business, so he could stay out there. He could stay there to make money all he wants. And I mean, he's like 15 years old, and he has like 4 or 5K in his bank account right now because of it. But basically, I decided I just want to like focus all in on my business and not really go almost at all. And so I told him that, and well, I didn't really tell him that straight up, but I was like, I'm just gonna work one day a week instead of 4 days, or instead of 2 or 3 or 4 days a week instead. And then Knox works the other three, my brother, and so I chose. I guess I got Tuesday out of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and my brother works Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I was like, whatever, this is like one day that I get to make a little bit of money so that I can still kind of like, maintain the money in my bank account while I'm going to buy food, you know what I'm saying? And at least it'll give me like a little something every week to like use, you know what I'm saying? And so I just left that one day. And now, I'm making like $2,000 or $3,000 a month from my online business that I literally just like wake up whatever time I want, post videos at 1, post videos at 5, and post videos at 8, and then go back to bed whenever I want to. Like, it's literally 1:30 in the morning right now, and I'm probably gonna wake up at like noon tomorrow morning, and then just continue to post. But yeah, so usually I would have work tomorrow on Tuesday, but I don't, because I've really been yapping. Like, this whole 6 minutes, this whole 7 minutes has been all based on the fact that I'm not going to work tomorrow. And I'm not going to work tomorrow because my brother decided that it's the end of the school year and he's behind on his online schoolwork and he wants to catch up. And so he doesn't want to work any days this week except for the day he worked today, which was Monday. So it looks like I'm working on Wednesday instead of Thursday because there's more work to do for me on Wednesday, which doesn't make sense to me. How did I become the brother that gets like the hardest job of the week? But anyways, I don't really care. If he needs me that day, I'm going to come in there and support that. But I think here soon, it's going to be here soon regardless. I mean, we pretty much got the end of school year here soon. And I mean, I don't know what we plan on, where we plan on going or what we plan on doing, but I don't know, man. But bro, I'm like, I mean, yesterday, for context, I did the method that was, like, my call to action screen was like a little like app bubble group, and it was like 3 apps, and it was like music or Spotify, and then it was my app, and then it was like a hook app like AI Girlfriend or like Grindr or Tinder or something. And I would say like these gym apps, or download these gym apps, whatever. People would obviously be like, what, Tinder? And then that would hopefully spark curiosity on that exact page for my app. I got this idea from another person, but I was getting like 5,000 views a video recently, and it's all right, I wish I could get, like a couple of videos to go spike up to like 10K or 100K, but for some reason we're just steady at 5K, which I'm not necessarily complaining, but I'd rather honestly have the big variance than be super consistent at 5K. But with however many views, like 25,000 views a day, I was pulling in a minimum. Like, I was only getting like 25 downloads a day. And so I was trying to figure out like how to increase my conversion rate from views to downloads. And I tested a few strategies, and I think today was like, I think I found it to be somewhat of a winner, but not by much. I posted like 75% of the videos that I was supposed to today, and I got, at least my app on my phone, like the dashboard is telling me I got 30 downloads, but my admin dashboard here says I got like 40-ish. So I don't really know what to think. But basically the new strategy that I use to increase my conversion rate is basically just showing the app, like holding the app on the phone like I used to do, and saying, like, instead of saying track everything or track all your metrics, and then leaving a little parentheses that says like I use Calorie Simple or like Calorie Simple is the best. Instead of doing that, like literally in the main headline, say like download an app that tracks all your metrics, like letting them know that like, first of all, the verb that we're using here is download. And then it's saying that this app that I'm showing you right now is an app that tracks everything, like something that a lot of apps don't, that I wish apps did, at least when I was consistently working out. And so I just said like download an app that tracks all your metrics or everything or every metric. And then right under that, I put in a little bit of like obviously smaller text, but like kind of bolder, app colons, and then my app name Calorie Simple, or I use Calorie Simple. So it's kind of obvious that like this is the verb, go download it, this and that. And I'd say it worked pretty decently. Like I checked on my admin dashboard or my Apple Store Connect dashboard, which is actually closed right now, unfortunately. In the last 7 days, and in the last 7 days, it's the 18th, so we haven't really had much luck last week. The week before last week, we had a lot of luck, but last week we didn't really have any. At least I don't think. I hope not. Otherwise, I'm looking at the wrong metrics. I might need to look, actually. I might need to log back in here. Give me 1 second. Okay. I don't know what day is May 11th, but that was 7 days ago from May 17th, or I guess May 18th. But, oh gosh, I'm looking so white right now. Anyways, I guess what I'm saying right now is that, in the last 7 days, I've had 187 downloads. In the past 30 days, I've had 612, but until May 4th, okay, now that I realize it, May the 4th be with you. I remember that day. That day was the day that I started being consistent at posting. Literally the next day, May 5th, I got 61 downloads. May 6th, 42 downloads. May 7th, 34. May 8th, 54. May 9th, 43. May 10th, 66. And then May 11th, which is the day 7 days ago that we're tracking in the 7 days column, we got 39. And then after that, we got 30. And after that, we got 24. And after that, we got 24. And after that, we got 22. And after that, we got 24. And after that, we got 24. So we're averaging about 25 downloads in the last 5 days. Okay? All right, great. Now, in-app purchases. How many in-app purchases have we averaged in the last 7 days with an average of 25 downloads a day? Well, we've averaged on May 11th, we had 7. On May 12th, we had 5. May 13th, we had 5. May 14th, we had 5. May 15th, we had 7. May 16th, we had 3. And May 17th, we had 3. So it looks like we're averaging about 4 to 5 in-app purchases per day, which is really good. I was just praying for even a single app download a day. Not app download, but in-app purchase per day. Not even like 2 weeks ago. And now we're averaging 4 or 5, which if you look at that in the grand scheme of things with an AOV of $30, I think that comes out to be like something crazy, like $3,000-$4,000 a month. But what's even crazier is the fact that I'm averaging 4 or 5 in-app purchases with 25 downloads on average a day. Let me do the math real quick. Okay, now I don't know how real this is, but I told it if I'm getting 4 in-app purchases per day and I have about an average of 25 downloads per day, that would be a 16% conversion rate. I don't know about all that. I don't know how to feel about all that. Like 16% conversion rate. I don't know exactly like the truth behind conversion rates in apps, but I was told, at least in the fitness space, that a good or average conversion rate is about like 5 to 6%. So 16%, I don't know how to feel about it. Maybe I'm just reaching a really, really good audience, but seriously, in the last 16 days, or not 16 days, in the last 7 days, I have a 16% conversion rate from downloads to in-app purchases. 1 second. Okay, so I did the 7 days, so May 4th to May 10th, which is the 7 days before this last week, and we had 36 in-app purchases. And mind you, they count May 4th as one of the days, and that's 0. So if we're averaging like, I'd say like 5 in-app purchases to 6 in-app purchases in the, in, I don't know if I could see, in that week, then I would think that instead of 36, we'd have more like 41 ish in-app purchases if we counted May 4th as one of the days, but we're obviously not because we didn't get any on that day. But regardless, that week we were doing really well. We had a 70K view video, we had a 30K view video, we had a 15K, 10K view video. We were doing pretty well. And on the 5th, we had 10 in-app purchases. 6th, we got 7. 7th, we got 3. 8th, we got 4. May 9th, we got 4. And May 10th, we got 8. So it was pretty good. And as you can see now, I mean, I don't know how to feel about this because, like, May 11th, I don't remember exactly what May 11th was like, but literally from May 11th pretty much to May 14th, even May 15th, I think we were not doing a good job, like, as far as getting views, and not even really as far as, like, getting downloads either. Like, I remember last week on Monday, we had, like, 46 downloads, I think, so it must have been, yeah, we had 46 or 49 downloads that day. So if I do, I don't want to, like, let this video go longer, but if I do the math, we had 49 downloads on that Monday, which was, I mean, technically 7 days ago from today. Would that have been the 11th? 7 days from the 17th would be the 10th. So I guess that must have been a Tuesday. I don't know, but regardless, ever since that day, we started averaging 25 downloads a day. Okay? And I can even check that too. Like if we go to the overview and we go to app units and we go to last 7 days and we go back on, or actually, never mind, we can just go to the 11th. On the 11th, we had 39. So I think that was a Tuesday, if I'm not wrong. I don't know. It's not telling me if it's a Tuesday or not, but I think May 11th was a Tuesday. Hold on. Okay, I should have known better. It was definitely a Monday. So May 11th was a Monday, and it said we had 39 app downloads, but my app was telling me we had about 46. And then May 12th, we had 30. But this is my point right here. This is my point. So on May 12th, we had 30. On May 13th, we had 24. 14th, we had 24. 15th, we had 22. 16th, we had 24. 17th, we had 24. So May 11th was the only day we had 39. So unless we had a whole bunch of in-app purchases on the 11th, which I know we had more than we did on the rest of the days on the 11th, but let's see how many we got exactly. We had 7. So that's not more compared to an average of 4 or 5, to be honest. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is that we are pretty much averaging anywhere from 10 to a 15% conversion rate in the last 7 days, because we've averaged about 25 downloads a day and we've averaged about 4 to 5 in-app purchases per day. Obviously, not all of those convert, but regardless, that's pretty crazy. 16% conversion rate. I love it. Now, what was I talking about before that? I don't really know. But I guess what I'm saying here is I feel like I can average more than, let's actually go to app units too. So on this last week, we had 187 downloads. The week before that, we had 314. So we missed out on almost basically 100 less downloads. And let's look at the money actually too, the revenue. Daily subscription units, 2. Daily subscription sales, 84. I didn't even know this. Dude, holy crap, we're stumbling among some metrics. Okay, so in the last 7 days, we've made $748 in revenue. In the last 7 days before that, we made 630. So we made more than $100 more this week than we did last week. And I feel like that has to do with the fact that we optimized for the $49.99 option versus the $34.99 option. But still, bro, we didn't get any purchases on the 16th. I guess we didn't get any on the 4th, but still, bro, holy moly, man. This is ridiculous. So, okay, if we go over everything one more time. The first week we started doing this, which we only counted 6 of the 7 days, but the first week we started doing this consistently, we made $630, right? We had 314 app downloads, and we had 36 in-app purchases, and this week we have $750 in revenue, $100 more, a little bit more than $100 more. We had 35 in-app purchases, so one less, but we're counting every single day, versus only counting 6 days of last week. And then then we had 187 app downloads. So that tells you that this week the conversion rate was a lot higher on average, which I'm thinking, I don't know exactly why that is, but I'm assuming that my conversion rate was just really high in general. And then on top of that, like the way that I switched the method from like showing them one-time offer first versus like after definitely increased sales in general, and also like there's the AOV. So somebody just commented on the video I just posted and said 2705. So I guess that's a timestamp I'm gonna have to look back at. I really hope that it's not some, I don't know, but I guess we're gonna see. Anyways, though, I'm rambling. So basically, that's all to say. I feel like I was so super duper confident on the first week that I was being consistent. I was getting a lot of views, and I felt like I was averaging 35 to 40 downloads a day. Everything was going really good. And then ever since this last week, I changed the offer a little bit, and I started averaging like 24, 25 app downloads, and my conversion rate went up and my AOV went up. So we ended up making more money than we did this week than we did last week, even with less downloads and views. So that's really nice, because that kind of lets me know that this next week, all of today, all of tomorrow, all of, that lets me know basically that if I continue to put out the type of content that I'm putting out, and I continue to really try to get as much out of those views as I can, and get at least 25, if not like 40, 50 downloads a day, that I have a pretty good chance at making $800 a week. So that's kind of cool. I think my offer is really good. I think there's a few things I might be able to tweak with it, but overall, I think that we're making the best bang for our buck with it, to be honest. And then as far as downloads, bro, I just got to be a little bit more firm on what like my call to action really means and what it is. Like I did today, post more content, be more intimate with the content I'm making, try to go viral, manifest that I'm going to go viral, understand that every video that I make really pays the bills at the end of the day. Be more valuable with where I put videos and where I don't, and what accounts I use and what accounts I don't. And try to maximize and optimize for the most views, so I can optimize for the most downloads, so I can optimize for the most conversions. We only have so many in-app purchases that have gone through the funnel, so I don't exactly know what the real percentages of each funnel is, but currently we have about a 7.9% conversion rate on the Group B funnel, which is the one that has a hard paywall, and on Group C we have about a 9.8. So obviously a few percent better, but I don't really know how much better so far because we only have like 25 in-app purchases per group. Also, I think that Group B naturally increases people to go for the $49.99 route more than it does for the people that are going to go for the Group C, because they don't even know what the app looks like and they want a 3-day free trial, and then they just forget about it and they get, charged. And so I guess we'll just have to wait it out and really see which one does a lot better. But still, so far, the trial to conversion rate is I think 30 or 40% on Group C versus 18 or 20% on Group B, which again, we don't have many trial starts to even count towards this record. But I mean, obviously, it seems to be that Group C is going to be winning this still. So as soon as we can really find one funnel that's doing a lot better, I'm sure that my odds of making more money more consistently are going to pull through as well. But yeah, man, I mean, today I wasn't super productive other than, making the videos that I needed to when I needed to. I mean, I didn't make all of them, which was unfortunate. I got some testing done, which I needed to do this week. And I don't even know what else. Just made these videos, exported them, did some homework. But I felt unaccomplished in terms of interacting with accounts and in terms of making videos across all of the accounts, because I definitely skipped out on some. And so if I can really, my goal is by the end of tonight, which I don't know if it'll be by the end of tonight, I think I'll probably try to go to bed a little bit earlier and wake up earlier before 1 to make the videos. But I think my plan is to pick one specific account that I'm confident in, like the Frank account, and then just go as crazy as I can, try to make as many drafts as I can on that account. 0 drafts on every other account. Try to make 21 drafts on that account, so I have 7 full days ready to post for that specific account. And then move on to the next account and go to 21 videos again. And then by the end of, I got 4 or 5 accounts. The first one that I started making drafts on is probably going to be 15 or something, but still, regardless, I'm going to have quite a few days in advance. And I can just kind of keep those and catch them up, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you that if I was adamant about it, that I could get, 2 or 3 accounts filled up with a week's worth of content. But I think it's just the matter of getting into it, getting into the flow state, allowing myself to have the amount of time that it would take to do that. So I guess maybe we'll see how many I can get done tonight, or if I get any done tonight. But I don't want to wake up tomorrow at 1 and post, all my videos, and have to make them all individually, and then I have to make the next batch and the next batch and not do a good job at it. So we'll see. Also, tomorrow I'm going to go to bed at 9 because I got work on Wednesday. So, but we don't have work at 7 in the morning on that Wednesday, so that's kind of a plus. Yeah, bro, regardless, we made $748 this last week in revenue on my online business. And the week before that, we made $630, and we didn't even make any money on the 4th. And we averaged about, I don't know, we averaged about $80, $90 a day. So, yeah, bro, we were probably going to make right around $700 last week if we did good on that 4th. And if our conversion rate continues to keep up throughout this next week, we're going to be hopefully pulling in more views on average as well, and more downloads on average with that new conversion rate method, and hopefully be reaching into that $800 range. But I'm going to try to manifest. I'm going to try to get away from these metrics as much as I can this week, and just really try to drive home on the aspect of realizing that I'm already making 2 or 3K a month. And that's more than I could really ask for with an online business. I can be wherever I want to be, whenever I want to be, and be able to make this money. And what I have is really important, and I think that everybody and all my friends and family around me, if they knew that, they would respect it. And just to know that is very fulfilling and makes me feel like, the work that I'm putting in is worth it, and that I am happy and glad to be putting in that work. And, soon enough, I'm going to have a whole bunch of drafts across all the main accounts. really optimizing each account for, you know, the human-like aspect that gives all the videos, you know, a big push. And, you know, obviously gets me more downloads. So, yeah, 30-minute video, just did it. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow on day 139.